Kaku, ox fruit, model giraffe. What makes Kaku special is his hardiness and durability. He can take attacks head on or avoid them altogether. His long neck allows him to quickly assess the situation and dodge an attack. He can also create momentum to land strikes mid-air. He has full control over his devil fruit and its power. Even among the Zoan fruit users, his kick is not a force to be reckoned with. Given the power to slice a tower in half. Orochi. Snake fruit, model Yamato no Orochi. Orochi is a corrupted man with weak principles who loves to engage in excessive debauchery. In base form, he's completely feeble and was even slapped around by Hiyori. His transformation grants him size as well as a stamina increase. He managed to endure a lightning bolt attack from Zeus, however, was unable to keep up with the samurais. When he was faced with a real threat, he couldn't block or avoid the slashes. Orochi is a man who is all bark and no bite. His only chance is flaunting his strength in front of civilians and little children. Momonosuke, fish fruit, model Azure Dragon. Unlike other devil fruits, his fruit is considered an artificial production. Even so, his size and ability are comparable even to Kaido. He is able to fly freely by creating flame clouds underneath him. He lacked control at first and kept crashing into the walls of Onigashima. This did not affect him as he was highly durable in his dragon form. Not only that, but his bite was able to penetrate through Kaido's skin and injure him severely. Soon enough, Momo will turn out to be a great leader who will protect his people. Drake. Dragon fruit, model Allosaurus. Drake hasn't had much screen time in the anime. Even among the worst generation, he seems to be the weakest, compared to others such as Capone Beige, Basil Hawkins, Eustace Kid, Scratchman Apu, and Uroge. From what we can infer, he seems to have decent control over his devil fruit and is able to sustain a hybrid form. His attacks are strong, but we are not sure if they are deadly enough against a worthy opponent. I would rate him on the same level as Killer for the time being. Who's Who? Cat fruit, model Saber-Tooth Tiger. His devil fruit grants him ridiculous speed and range. In addition, he's able to amplify his strength for close-quarter combat. His projectiles are no joke either. They were so deadly. Jinbei was forced to move out of the way. Who's Who has several methods of attack. His finger pistols were able to pierce through armament hockey and inflict serious damage. When you add his explosive aura on top of that, he is definitely one of the strongest in the roster. Black Maria, spider fruit. Black Maria is considered the strongest out of all the Tobiropo. Her spider ability allows her to trap her enemies and slowly consume them. Even if you manage to avoid her web, her poison is able to put you down or immobilize you. Just when you thought she was done, she hits you with a fire burst out of thin air. Good luck trying to avoid her reach. She is someone even Kaido trusts. Beauty and the Beast. A queen of your nightmares. Rob Lucci, cat fruit, model leopard. Rob Lucci was the former leader of the CP9. He was trained to be an assassin, hence he is very skilled in hand-to-hand combat. His movements are agile, and he can close the gap in milliseconds. If you drop your guard for a slight moment, he is able to punish you. Besides his speed and agility, he is able to produce fire from his nails, then shoot them at a high velocity, which, by the way, explode on impact. How do you even begin to fight a creature like that? Jack, Elef fruit, model Mammoth, Kaido's third-hand man. Jack rose to the ranks and became an all-star inside the Beast Pirate hierarchy. His pure devastation gave him the nickname Dropped. Jack's resilience was demonstrated when he fought two minks in their Sulong form. Even after several lightning attacks, he refused to back down. His devil fruit grants him superior strength and endurance, which helped him sustain losing an eye, a trunk, and still continue fighting with a handicap. Jack is a behemoth of a character. Queen. Dragon fruit, model Brachiosaurus. You can consider Queen to be a modern mechanical monster. Someone so fearsome, even Big Mom took him seriously. He is able to shoot himself from a distance, like a hypersonic torpedo. When he is not gunning after you, his laser beams are a huge nuisance to deal with. He has modified his entire body with cybernetics, making him a cyborg dinosaur. Queen's intelligence is comparable to the likes of Germa 66. They don't call him Plague for no reason. From injecting the samurai with the Oni virus, to shooting out his primary structure, slithering his way to you, and wrapping himself around you like an anaconda. Once Queen has you in his grip, you better start praying. Yamato, Dog Fruit. This Zoan Devil Fruit allows her to transform into a Sulong. Inside this state, she can produce and control ice shards, which she can then shoot out like daggers or spears. Her Zoan Fruit is so powerful that when Kaido shot his Fire Blast breath, she reciprocated with an equally powerful Snow Blast. You think her Devil Fruit stops there? No, sir. She can also create and release electricity. Yes, you heard me correctly. Yamato is a mix of Aokiji and Enel with the hotness of a seductive concubine. King the Wildfire. Dragon Fruit. You can tell just by the way he looks that King is a bona fide apex predator. I mean, for God's sake, King was 1v1ing Marco. He didn't win, but he didn't lose either. And this is Marco we're talking about. King has two advantages in battle, his Devil Fruit and his Lunarian Blood, both of which grant him unthinkable speed and power. With a single hit, King was able to prevent Big Mom's ship from reaching Wano. As long as he has the flames in his back, King is indestructible. With fire as hot as magma, King can incinerate you from the inside out. Let's look at some honorable mentions before we dive into the top spots. Sasaki the Triceratops. He is sturdy, hard-headed, and mechanically gifted. Speaking of hard-headed, let us not forget Ulti, the headbutting fanatic. She and her brother Page 1 are terrifying monsters. Page 1 has a similar build with X-Drake, but I'd still take Ulti over him in a fight. Moving on. Marco. Bird Fruit, Model Phoenix. Let us look back and analyze his feats to gauge his powers. First things first, when Kizaru tried to attack Whitebeard, Marco swallowed that attack, regenerated it in seconds, and went into the offensive before Kizaru could even react. Then, when Squard betrayed and stabbed Whitebeard, Marco was the first one to rush to the scene and scold him. Now, I'm just getting started. Marco is on fire, and so am I. When Aokiji pinned Luffy to the ground, Marco was there to save the day and send Aokiji packing. Also, took a straight punch from Garp and brushed it off. Well, I wouldn't say brushed it off, but only bled a little. Should we continue? Marco is a versatile character with many feats. Let us know in the comments if you'd like a Marco special. Up next, Sengoku. Human Fruit, Model Buddha. His aura was so bright, it radiated throughout Marineford. Due to his sheer size, the bolts underneath started to pop out. I mean, look at the size of that thing. Sengoku's statue was humongous in every sense of the word. His fist alone was bigger than Luffy and Ace combined. On top of all this, he also possesses the power to create shockwaves, which is ridiculously broken, to be honest. No wonder he's a fleet admiral. Oda didn't place a goat next to him for no reason. Kaido. Fish Fruit, Model Azure Dragon. In terms of Zoan Fruit and animalistic tendencies, dragons are high up in the food chain. How do you fight against something the size of a mountain, which can spit fire and burn entire forests? I mean, zoom in and look at those fangs. Look how sharp they are. We'll dive into Kaido's story more on one of our videos, because this short panel does not do him justice. Luffy. I know this might come as a shock, but look closely at what Kaido says in the manga. This transformation is more suitable for Zoan Devil Fruits. Within this state, Luffy is capable of doing anything he imagines, from inflating like a balloon inside of Kaido, to changing himself into an enormous giant 5 to 10 times larger than Kaido's dragon form. You know how they say the sky is the limit? Well, not to Luffy at least. He can grab lightning bolts straight from the cloud. This is without a doubt the strongest Zoan Devil Fruit we have seen thus far. That's all for now. If you're hungry for more, try browsing through our previous videos where we discuss all things anime. Stay tuned for our next video.